nesters, welcome back to Nesting Haven. Today I am doing some thrifting my home and I gathered a theme of things. It's kind of going to be an around the world theme. I just kind of grabbed some fun items that was either my antique booth in my own personal collection or things that I had thrifted and have not really hauled or listed or did anything with yet. So that is what we're going to go ahead and look at today. All of these things will be listed in either my eBay or Etsy stores. Those are linked down below. If you see anything, feel free to go check them out. The first thing I'm going to share with you is this really adorable bird. This is something I had picked up at Goodwill for $1. There's still a tag there. And yeah, I just thought it was super cute. I like it, kind of looks vintage. I think it's a little bit more on the modern side, so this will go up on eBay. But I really like it, and I think this tail might have even been used for maybe a ring holder. It's a little wide as you go on the bottom, but I think it probably works for, you know, you could hold at least a few rings there. I do just want to note real quick that for some reason on this side, there's a little bit of red paint that is a little bit extra, like they painted it after the fact. I don't know what exactly happened there. It still looks super cute though, so I think it'll be okay. I expect this guy to go for probably around $12 plus shipping. This here is something I had in my antique booth for a brief while, and it didn't sell here, but I always thought it was really cute. I love the colors to it, the florals on it, and it's just a fun little kitchen sign. On Tuesdays we eat tacos, and if anyone is a huge fan of Taco Tuesdays, I probably would get a kick out of this. And yeah, I think I probably only paid about $1 or so for it at Goodwill, and it's in decent condition. There's a little bit of wear on the edge a little bit, so you know, I probably can list it for around maybe $8. I think it will go for. So this here was in my stash of Goodwill things I had thrifted and hadn't dealt with yet. I still have a tag on it. It said I paid $6. Likely I got at least a 25% discount there. So I probably paid more like $4 for it. But yeah, it's just this really cute orange Buddha piggy bank. You have this little slot there. It has the plug. It is a more modern piece. It is a Lucky brand one. I tried to look up comps on this. I didn't see any sold. I did see one listed that was the same as this guy here. It was in the kind of teal turquoise color. They had it listed for $35 plus $15 shipping. And I think I'm gonna ask probably a little bit less than that. I think it'll go for somewhere between maybe 20 to 25 plus shipping. So yeah, I thought he was super cute. I cannot remember if I hauled this already or not, but I wanted to include it because I did recently list it. And this is up on eBay. It's just really nice kind of drift wood. It's meant to look like driftwood. It's, you know, nice little piece of wood there. And it says Aloha on it. It has these nice little Hawaiian style flowers on it and would be really cute for like a little tiki bar or like a luau party or something like that. So I thought this was really cute, and I think this is gonna go for about, you know, maybe $15 to $18 on eBay. I thought this was really neat when I saw it. I had purchased it at Goodwill for only $1. And it's this terracotta mask. It's in this native kind of Aztec theme. I believe it's Mexican pottery. And these go for about, you know, between $25 up to $40. I think I'll probably list it somewhere in the mid-range there. But I think this one is one of the better detailed ones that I had seen. I really like how this kind of looks like the sun up there. And yeah, I just love the colors to it. So anyone that's into that kind of Aztec native kind of culture pieces, I think would really like this folk art. These are something that was in my antique booth for probably a solid year. I was really surprised they didn't sell. I kind of set up this little display of wine items. I had put a wine rack I got at a yard sale in there and kind of had this cute little display there. These are with it, and it even came in this nice little coaster box. So what it is are a set of 4 ceramic coasters. They are modern, but they're really neat because they have the different wines on it. It tells you about the wine, such as this is Chardonnay, and it tells you can serve it chilled. And then they're all different. So this one is Merlot, and then this one is, I don't know how to pronounce that, Sauvignon. Blanc. I think it's Blanc, Blanc. I think it's Blanc. And then this one is Cabernet Sauvignon, however you say that. So I'm not a wine person, but I think these are really cute. I tried to look up comps on these. The designer of these, I did find plates that look the same. They were going for about $40. They're just little cheese plates. So, you know, since these are ceramic, usually the cork back ones don't sell for quite as much, but I think these ones will do pretty good. They have this nice, you know, bottom to them, and they are a nice ceramic. I think I can do $25 plus shipping for these guys. They're in really good quality, and these were put out by Deborah Ellis. This here is something I had thrifted a year or two ago. I had found it, I fell in love with it, and I had to keep it for a little bit. And I decided I'm okay with letting it go now. I had my time with it. So what it is this really beautiful Swiss pottery put out by Kohler Beal. And it's a little hard for me to date this because there was two Kohler Beal, you know, productions. One was a set of brothers, which was the later, you know, Kohler Beal, which I think they ended production around 95. And then I assume it's a relative of theirs that worked in the 1950s on pottery pieces. So I don't really know. It's vintage nonetheless. And so I think it's really beautiful. It has this little prince here, a little princess, kind of Renaissance looking, and it has a little bit of wear to the edge here. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it's on the outside, so I think it was probably intended to be some type of a creamer or gravy boat of some sort, some kind of liquid that you could pour out of it. And yeah, so I think it's super cute. And Kohler Beal pottery sells for pretty decent. It'd probably go for around $25 to $35. I don't too often pick up one single plate or one single bowl, but this was really neat, and I kind of picked it up with the intention of it being more of a decor piece than an actual like cereal bowl or anything like that. So it is modern. It's put out by Nature's Home. It's dishwasher safe, so super modern. But I mean, look at this pattern on it. You guys see that? It has this brilliant crimson red and the teal, which automatically reminds me of boho colors, right? And it just has a beautiful pattern to it. It's a good sized bowl, and I just thought it'd be really nice for decor. So you can use it for your different needs when you need to toss your little trinkets and stuff in it. But yeah, I just thought it was really beautiful. I paid $1 for it at Goodwill. I probably only get about $8 for it, not a huge profit, but I just thought it was really gorgeous, and I figured someone would enjoy having that. So the next thing I'm going to share with you is something I experimented with in my antique booth early on. I had seen these at my thrift store a lot. They, you know, just sit and sit and sit. No one picks them up. And this particular day, I just decided, hey, I'm going to give it a try. I grew up with my grandmother. She collected porcelain dolls. And I always remember going to her house, visiting her, and she always had these like cabinets filled with porcelain dolls. When she passed away, she had given us all a porcelain doll, all of her grandchildren. She had quite a few of us, as she had 15 children. And so we all get a porcelain doll, and it's just, you know, a happy memory for me. It always reminds me of her. But I, you know, experimented with them in my antique booth. I was able to sell quite a few of them. I still have a couple, and one's kind of like a Christmas one. I decided not to include it in this haul, but this one kind of went with that around the world theme I was going with, and I thought this was so gorgeous. You can see, just look at my antique booth tag on it. But yeah, it's just this beautiful African lady. I loved that she had this bright, colorful necklace on her. She has these little beaded earrings on her there. And yeah, I just love her little outfit and everything. I thought she was really adorable. I do not have this stand that it goes on. A lot of people get those stands. If you guys aren't familiar, they're kind of like circular like that, and they have this little stick that goes up the back to kind of prop them up. But yeah, these go for pretty decent. I think she's going to be listed for around $40, and we'll see how she does there. But you know, I looked up porcelain dolls, and I was surprised to see most of them go between $20 and $40. So when I get back to the thrift stores, I might go ahead and start picking up some and seeing how they do online. So always fun to experiment with new things. Okay, so this is something I pulled from my Goodwill yet to be hauled box that I had out in the garage, and it's beautiful. I thought it really went with this kind of themed stuff, all this worldly stuff. It reminds me kind of old world, right? But it is super heavy. It's probably a good 3 to 5 pounds. It's made of, I think it's like a really heavy terracotta, you know, like a brick. And yeah, I only paid $2 for this guy. I think I'm actually going to keep this just because it's so heavy and I just don't want to try to ship it, honestly. But it's really beautiful. It has crazing all the way throughout. I don't know if you guys can see that. It has a little bit of, you know, how they, on ironstone and stuff like that, you can get a little bit of that wear to it. So it's a little bit of that cool detailing throughout it. But I think I will just keep this and use it as a planter in my own home. I like the turquoise color here, so I guess I'll go ahead and hang on to that. These here were also in my antique booth. They did not sell. I thought they were the neatest little baskets. They are straw and they have this beautiful green and red throughout it. It's a nice little woven basket with a lid. And this one's a little bit lighter on the top lid for some reason. I don't know if it was sitting in the sun or, you know, I don't know if it's faded or was meant to be that way. The sides of the two match though. So I'm thinking the top might have just faded a little bit. Still looks cool. The neat thing about these, on the top of this one, you see this label here? It says it is made in the People's Republic of China. So it's an older tag. I believe they started making those tags in the 1940s, like late 1940s. And so it's kind of hard to date it exactly, but I would guess these are probably from the 1970s, honestly, just by the looks of them. But yeah, that tag looks pretty old there. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, what you think the age of these are. Really neat though. I think I'll sell the set of them for about $20, and yeah, they're really fun. This was also out in my Goodwill box that I haven't dealt with yet, and I paid $2 for this guy. You see the tag on the back here. It's a beautiful trivet. I really like this one. I might end up keeping it. I do find these trivets quite often, and there's just something really fun about this. I believe they are kind of like a Dutch couple, maybe like a Switzerland couple. And I just like the colors to it. It's right up my alley as far as the vintage look. So that might look cute in my kitchen, but we'll see. I might post it up for sale. If I do, it'll probably be around $12 to $15. I had this tin in my antique booth as well. I got a little bit of my sticker left from my booth that I need to get off there. But I don't know, this Asian stuff didn't sell very well in my booth, my area. There was a time in the, I think it was like the late 90s when that movie, what was that movie called? Milan, maybe? The Disney movie there. And people were really into the kind of more Oriental Asian style decor, you know, the cherry blossoms and everything like that, the little fans and stuff. So I don't know if people just aren't into it as much anymore, but I think it's still a very beautiful tin. Obviously, had to include it in my worldly haul here. I will go ahead and list this up on eBay, probably for around maybe $8. And yeah, it's a nice little useful storage box there. It's a good size. Something I sold a lot of in my antique booth were piggy banks. This is one I had put in my booth. It did not sell, and I don't know why. It's super cute. It's very large. That perhaps is maybe something that people didn't want such a large piggy bank. I did tend to sell, you know, ones that are about half the size of it. But I included it in this haul because it kind of reminded me of that vintage old Americana kind of advertisements you would see like at, you know, those diners or whatever, like selling the hamburgers or whatever. Just kind of looks like that kitschy character you would see then. So I thought he was kind of cute there. I was trying to sell him for $10 at my booth. So, I mean, I think that's pretty reasonable, you know, just to walk into an antique booth and pull it off the shelf. But he didn't go for that. I think I can get a little bit more for him online. And yeah, I think I'll probably try to get about $25 for him plus shipping. Well, that's gonna do it for this Thrift My Home haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below what item I shared with you was your favorite today. Again, you can go check them out over in my eBay and Etsy stores, linked down below. Make sure you are subscribed if you want to see more videos like this. I get to go back to the thrift stores very soon. There are a few opening up in my area this week, so I'm excited to go check that out. And I like the protocols. I read up on all the safety stuff that they are implementing at the Goodwill, so I feel pretty pretty good about going. Everything seems pretty clean and safe, so I'm excited to go check it out and get back to thrifting. It's been a good long while, so I'll try my best to take you guys along with me. So stay tuned for a more than likely thrift along with me, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.